That's what I live to hear. And this is a group that I'm not surprised to hear that from, um, which is great too. Really looking forward to this session. I'll keep it brief. Y'all know to use the Q&A function, so we'll be able to do that later and use all of your brains to make the session even better. But at this point, I am going to hand it over to Jenny Asaba. Jenny Asaba, everybody.
There's a lot of us.
Thank you. Is this on? Great. You see how she's like, I'm not quite sure, but it's a good guess. Thank you very much, Amy. This is so bright, but I can see shadows. So thank you guys all for coming. Really appreciate it. If we have not met yet, my name is Jenny Asaba. Here's some fun facts about me. I oversee community here at Jamf. That means I'm ultimately responsible for Jamf Nation and Jamf Heroes. So if you ever have questions, feedback, good or bad, we love to hear it. Today, we are super excited to introduce you all, if you don't know about either Jamf Heroes or Jamf Nation, to our community, so you can learn a little bit more and figure out if you are not in one or the other, if you want to join and how you can get involved. But before we dig into that, I want to point out something that's really important. That's that not everybody is here. First, for anybody who has stopped by our booth and for those who are watching remotely at home, we had a member of our team pass away last month, and I'm not going to be sad about it, but I am. So Justin is not here, but he is joining us, and I am, didn't think I would get emotional, but I am super grateful for everybody who has interacted with Justin, and I wanted to share with you all that his time at Jamf, his last 3 years were the best of his life. And you all in community are part of that. You are so sweet. Thanks, Amy. So I wanted to say thank you to that. If you are here for every new registration that we have to community, we are donating $1 either to a scholarship fund set up in his name at UW-Eau Claire, or to the Hmong Association where he was super involved. So again, thank you for everybody who is a new registrant. You are helping really make a difference for him. The other thing, thank you guys. It's also very glamorous to blow your nose on stage at JNAG. But the other thing is that we obviously do not have all of Jamf Nation here. There are a lot of people watching from home, Salim, Sagar, all of the rest of you. Absolutely, we are so excited that you are watching and tuning in. And everybody who is in all of the other sessions, because there is a lot going on, they're not here either. So guess what we are going to do? We are going to say on the count of 3, hi Jamf Nation. And you guys are not tired at this point of the day, right? You're super excited. So on the count of 3, please help me in your loudest voices saying hi Jamf Nation. 1, 2, 3. Hi Jamf Nation! Woo! Thank you. See, you guys are experts. This is easy. All right. Now, as I'm sure you can all imagine, it takes a lot to run community. That is not me saying you all are high maintenance. That is what my husband said when he saw my suitcase for this week. But instead, it is our focus that we want to help every customer and every partner be successful in your roles. And that looks different for each individual person. Some of you really want connection. Others of you are just looking for our latest ebooks and white papers, right? So our team does a lot to identify what those are for you and how they can help you. So I am not going to go into this too much. Rather, I am still sad from Justin. I am going to have you all learn from the rest of the team in just a little bit about our community. But before we dig into that, I want to see from a show of hands, and if people at home can pop into the chat, who has ever used Jamf Nation? Yeah, I figured, like all of you. Callie up here runs Jamf Nation. Let's give a round of applause to Callie. Thank you. In my opinion, it is pretty darn amazing that over 100,000 of you routinely use Jamf Nation to help answer your questions and help each other in the community. That is a celebration in and of itself. Thank you for all of the work that you do in Jamf Nation to make it a really special place and help each other be successful. Also, you use Jamf Nation for my favorite thing, which is connection. Anybody who knows me knows that's a passion area. There's a lot of ways to get connected in Jamf Nation, both through our healthcare and through our education groups. We have a ton of user groups. I have my first question. I'm going to ask, I think, 4 questions today. What is the title of Jamf Nation's blog? Callie, you cannot answer. Who said it? Tech Thoughts, come on up. Yay! You guys didn't know I had prizes, right? They all knew. Yeah, that's right. All right. So if you weren't aware, loads of resources on Jamf Nation. We always encourage you to check them out because stuff is coming all the time. Second and third community offerings are Jamf Heroes. So who here is either a customer or a partner hero? Raise your hand. Oh my gosh, it's amazing. You guys are fabulous. For the people who are not, clearly you see that you need to be. So stop by our booth, or we're going to have a link at the end of this presentation where you can join. Jamf Heroes is an invitation-only program. So if you're like, wait, how did I miss out on this? It's because you didn't know about it, and that's what today's session is for. All right, fourth and final question. What does Jamf Heroes offer? Who said that? Is that Jared back there? Jared, you get up here. Come here, Jared. Let's give a round of applause for Jared. So Jared, okay, that is one thing, and you are going to hear a lot more than swag, but you know what I'm going to give you for answering correctly? More swag. Yeah, congratulations. All right. Okay, so with that, instead of listening to me talk a lot more about heroes and Jamf Nation, I am going to bring Lizette up to the stage. Come on up, Lizette. Thank you, everybody.
Hi, guys. Do I need that? Sure. I've forgotten what I'm doing. All right. All right, so thanks everyone. My name is Lisette, and as you saw, massive F1 fan. I will not hear anything about Max. I manage our customer and partner Jamf Heroes Hub, so if you love it, that's me. If you hate it, that's me. But it's just nice to be here. I am going to welcome some panel guests up. So if you could please join me on stage. We have Ben Toms, David Kinchy, and Tommy Patsias. And Jenny, I need your microphone. All right, thanks guys. Take a seat. We're gonna have a little interview. I know you're, oh, you've got the microphone, perfect. We're going first with you, Ben. Okay, so first, would you like to introduce yourself?
Yep, I'm Ben Toms, the man behind the mule, which is a terrible turn of phrase. I joined Jamf in July, with the longest route possible, I think.
This is true.
I've been involved in the community now for 15 years. So, yeah.
Nice, yes. You're basically one of like the OGs when it comes to Jamf Nation.
Thanks for making me feel old. Yeah, thanks.
You are welcome. That's what I'm here for. So, Ben, if you could share with the community, in terms of Jamf Nation, how do you feel that it's helped you professionally over those years?
Well, I mean, simply put, I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for Jamf Nation. And I don't mean like, Jamf Nation saved my life, or anything silly like that. But it did, yeah, okay. When I started out, I was a single Mac person in an org, Apple person, using ARD and learning stuff and seeing how it goes. And got offered a job in an org with Jamf. And we were, well, Casper Suite then, version 5. You know, the early days, it was green. There was no MDM, no iPhones. The simpler times. And even then, there's so much and so many ways of doing things. I couldn't script. And so learning that there was a community out there that could really help and were really collaborative. And that's kind of where my journey started. There was about 100 of us on the mailing list. So me and Sean were just chatting about this a moment ago. And we must be talking about 15 or so years ago or so. And I think that's now grown 1,000 times more in that period of time. It's absolutely amazing. And the Mac Mule thing literally came about because I was asking questions, and people were then helping me and giving me answers. And then I got confident enough that when people were asking questions, I could reply. And then I got bored of typing up the same thing, so I started writing a blog. I could just link them there. And that little nugget of that kind of collaboration is what started off Mac Mule. And, you know, 15 years later, you folks have unfortunately, probably had to listen to my voice on several talks and stuff, and you see me wander about, and yeah, I mean, I'm still here, and I wouldn't be if it wasn't for Jamf Nation.
And now we have your presence.
And now you have my presence.
I think that is what is really cool about Jamf Nation, is that it does provide, no matter your experience, whether you're new working with Jamf or whether you're incredibly experienced, it provides a resource for you. So at any time, you can just tap into it. You can find solutions. You can find things that maybe you work by yourself and you don't have those opportunities to do that. And you have this incredible resource at your fingertips. What would you say is your favorite thing about Jamf Nation?
Well, one of the things is it actually, Jamf Nation goes outside of actually Jamf Nation in a strange way. So my first time flying over for JNUC, so JNUC 2013, so 10 years ago, I flew out, my flight was delayed, I arrived at the A-loft, and they had this weird thing where they didn't keep my room because I checked in too late. I don't know if that's it might be just a chain thing, they do this weird thing. So I'm there, I'm late, my first flight on my own, and I flew international as well, and then never been to America before, I'm completely lost. And I'm trying to speak to this person behind the desk, and then someone goes, "Hey, is that you, Ben Toms?" And, yeah, it's Alan Goldbig. Alan, now a Jamf, as most of you folks know probably. He helped me, he got me to this other hotel, who's in the same boat as me. The next morning, I'm getting ready to go to the conference centre. I get an email from the Guthrie then, sorry. I got an email from Zach saying, "Hey, Ben, are you coming to the keynote?" And I was like, yeah. He goes, "Could you sit in the front?" And I went, okay. I mean, obviously in an email it's just okay, but you can imagine. And then suddenly I'm in this weird part of the world. This is, you know, maybe, I don't think I've had data on my phone. I'm in another part of the city that I didn't know where I was. I was trying to get the hospital wireless, the hotel wireless, and to try and like take a screenshot of the map route, and really panicking, and that Zach has just made it worse. And then I get an email from Alan going, "Oh, hey, I'll meet you 10 minutes in the lobby." So I'll be in 10 minutes in the lobby, and then I get a lift in an Ford F-150, which is, in the UK, we just don't have those. So it's a very weird experience, and that was from Brian Lachon, and these are still folks involved in the community, still friends, and just that way that we're really in it together, and it does extend beyond the page as such, and that's what's been great. So we're collaborating with each other, but it's that it goes much more beyond the Mac admin, the Apple admin space.
That was really nicely answered, thank you. Yeah. All right, so when we think of that as well, so Jamf Nation's obviously been around for as long as I can even remember. So when we recognized that we had customers that were really engaged and really wanted to connect out with Jamf Nation, we actually introduced, and Jenny Asab actually launched this in 2018, Jamf Heroes, which is our smaller, highly engaged community. And we really, the goal of that is to have this really connected community where you can make those connections when you're not at events like this. So when you are completely removed all around the world, it gives you an opportunity to build those relationships with each other, your fellow Mac admins, and with Jamf. So I'm going to come back to you, Ben, but if you could pass the mic to Tommy for me. Would you like to introduce yourself, Tommy?
I'm Tommy.
Done. Mic drop.
There we go. That's right. Hey. I am from Missouri, and I've been in the Heroes program for a year. I joined last year at San Diego, and I got into Heroes because I worked with two heroes, and the swag, as was mentioned before, is what really piqued my interest. I thought, what's this about? And I was managing anything with an Apple logo that came through our organization, so I thought, why not, jump into the Heroes program?
Nice.
But that's my introduction.
And so Tommy is part of our customer Jamf Heroes Hub. So what do you think is the best thing about Jamf Heroes? Like, why do you think it would be worthwhile for anybody to join?
Heroes is great because it is a tight-knit community and it's very collaborative. I've been helped many times with areas that are maybe difficult because we're all doing the same role with the same applications and software and services. So if you start on a Google search, it can end up to be the Wild West very quickly, or just too much documentation. And when you know of others that are dealing with whatever the service or software is that you're stuck on, you can really get some really great answers. And you can also see that maybe something that you're doing that works, someone else is doing it a different way. And even like today, I found that there's a few things I could probably tweak that might be a little better. So it's just a great community for so many reasons.
Yeah. I think that's what's really nice as well from our perspective, is that when we see all the heroes in the meetups, just seeing how you rally around and how you help one another is just really nice to be part of and to see that happen.
So you said you've been in the Heroes Hub for a year.
For a year.
Yeah. So what do you think's the best thing that you've learned from being part of that hub?
There are, like I mentioned, many times that you can collaborate, or kind of repeat myself at this point, but finding new ways to do something that you're already doing, or even finding completely different solutions that are out there that you maybe didn't know of, or you heard about it, but then when you see it in action and someone can show you, it can really be an eye-opener, and it makes you look really cool to your organization.
You do look really cool.
I try.
You just started with, "Hi, I'm Tommy," so sold.
Tells the story.
Nailed it. All right, so if you could pass the mic to David, because thank you, Tommy. So David is part of our partner hub, which is a much younger hub. So whereas the customer hub has been around for, I can't do this maths, 5 years, the partner hub has only been around for about a year and a half. And David is one of our first partners that joined that hub.
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, so would you like to introduce yourself? Where are you from? What's your name?
Yeah, hello, I'm David. I'm from DQ Solutions based in Switzerland. We are MSP of Jamf and Apple reseller. I got to know Jamf 2 years ago, approximately, and I had quite a journey before me. I had to do my 200 and 300 within 1 month because of a customer need that we had to fulfill. And just popped in also to the partner hub as a source of information, and as it turned out, it really is.
Nice. Just a fun fact about David. He lost his luggage on Saturday before he arrived and only just got it. And he told me yesterday that he'd brought a kilt with him because I'm Scottish. And I was like, he didn't. He definitely hasn't. He just showed me a photo. He genuinely brought a kilt with him.
And I will wear it tonight.
So if you see a guy, yeah. So if you see a guy walking around in a kilt, it's David. Say hi. Don't play the race of blowing the kilt up.
You don't want to see that, no.
But you have to be traditional Scottish. That's all I have to say. All right. So, David, how do you find that Jamf Heroes Partner Hub has supported you? Because as we know, there's a completely different lens when it comes to the customer hub versus the partner hub. So how do you think it supported you so far in your partner journey with Jamf?
It supported me so far to get in touch with other heroes in the hub. I recently had a very specific problem with a Jamf setup app, which I digged so deep, and I didn't see any other options. I asked at a meetup in the hub where to go to, and was suddenly flooded with some new information, some new techniques or ways to find solutions. And I think that's the main reason also to have all the advocacy and community. I never seen that at a company before, like it is at Jamf with Jamf Nation and the Partner Hub. It's just so useful to get informations from the first hand, and yeah, I couldn't be more grateful to be part of it.
Nice, thank you. I'm just going to go back to Tommy quickly as well. Given that you have joined an event like JNUC, how has it been having fellow heroes here to enjoy it with?
It's a lot of fun because I join the meetups and get to see you, but it's a lot better to meet you in person and hang out.
Everyone generally is friends. It's really nice. Like, I see you nodding. Yeah, you're all pals. It's really cool. So if you're wondering if you aren't a hero, I mean, they're all hanging out. If you're not a hero, look for people that have the heroes banner. So there's a, do you want to show it? There's a heroes banner. If you're seeing, feel free to ask people what they enjoy about it. You've obviously got these opinions and they are valuable. But there's so many heroes walking around, and everyone just wants to be a community. They just want to spend time together and hang out together. So it's really nice to see. All right, what is the time? I'm going to ask you all one more question. So, Tommy, since you have the microphone, if you could describe the Jamf community in one word, what would it be?
Collaborative.
Nice. All right. You might have stolen it from the other ones. All right, David, you're up. What would it be?
I'll go for engaging.
Nice. Love it. All right, Ben.
I did say synergy after a meeting at Jamf, and someone told me, welcome to corporate America. So I'm not going to say that. I'm going to go the cheesy route. I'm going to go the family route. Because, like you see, that I said, it jumps off the page. We chat to each other. Well, how's the kids? How's the wife? How's the, we have these things. And that transcends the tech as such. And but also because we're a family, we might squabble a little bit, but it's fine. We love each other really.
It's true, we love you all. But it is, we really want to be able to, as a team, from the community perspective, just connect with you as humans. Like, at the end of the day, we all just want our users and you to have the best experience with Jamf. And if that means that we can foster that within the community, that is exactly what we're aiming to do for you. So thank you guys for coming up on stage with me. I really appreciate it. I'm going to pass it off to my run buddy, Sam Johnson.
Wait, Amy, what are you doing? Sorry, it's okay. I don't want to have a hot mic.
Oh, and Callie O'Neill?
Yeah.
Okay, and Callie O'Neill. There you are.
No, I got it.
All right, thank you everyone. A few disclaimers before we get started. You're getting the end of Wednesday Sam energy up here. You're not getting keynote energy. So just set some expectations there. And then second, there's nothing under your chair. Don't even look, all right? We just need to clear the air on that one as well. Now, before we jump into the main event of the Jammies, I just wanted to say a few words about the community. And my official title at Jamf is Chief Customer Officer. I told people after you work at a company for 15 years like Jamf, you just spin a wheel and wherever it lands, that's your title. My true title is the Jamf Cockroach because they never got rid of me. I've been around for a long time. And when Ben was talking there, he brought back some flashbacks, so I'm going to have to go through some of that first. But first and foremost, the truth of the matter is that this community of Jamf Nation has always been at the heart of Jamf, ever since the beginning. And I know because I was there. And when it began, to Ben's point, there was a few renegades chatting around on a mail listserv and a kind of a card table at the end of Macworld that no one wanted to stop at to talk to anyone. Because Macworld wasn't about managing Macs or doing anything with Macs. It was about different stuff. I don't know what it was, actually. But at that time, this group of people started to talk to one another on an email listserv. And we started to notice. And we created Jamf Nation as this listserv so that people could communicate. And over time, they began to communicate more and more, and the snowball was created. And I think it was about 2010 when we were starting to see 30, 40, 50 emails coming through in a day, and we said, we got to do something about this because there's people out there that want to communicate, and this is becoming a community. And so the founder, Zach Halmstead, and myself, we took a week off of work, and we said, we've got to create something called Jamf Nation that is a community. So we went to the only place logical for a couple of Wisconsin guys to find inspiration, which was a defunct cheese factory in the middle of nowhere. And we locked ourselves in there for a week, and we said, we're coming out of here with a plan for the community. And we scoured the internet for any public consumption of community software that existed. We found a lot of them. And about 3 days later, we looked at each other and we said, this sucks because there's nothing that's going to work. And we got to create it ourselves. And so this is the only record of that meeting in this defunct cheese factory. As you can see, Zach's the developer. I'm just sleepy. Maybe too much cheese, I don't know. But nonetheless, this is when Jamf Nation was created in the winter of 2010. And from that point forward, we realized that we needed something to serve this community better than an email listserv. And the following year, we launched Jamf Nation, which was a community site. And we didn't just launch a community site, we launched a product of Jamf. And we spent an awful lot of time talking about Jamf Pro and Jamf Connect and Jamf Protect. But Jamf Nation has always been treated as a product of Jamf. Now, the interesting thing about 2011 was it wasn't only when Jamf Nation, the community site, was created and released. It's also when we had our first real JNUC. And you say, well, you know, technically there was one in 2010. I was talking to Rich Troughton the other day, and he reminded me, you know, you didn't actually invite your customers. I said, oh, yeah, well, you know, Oops. We did within the 50-mile radius because that's who we thought would show up. But JNUC happened at that same period of time, as well as Mac Sysadmin was just getting started in Europe, in Gothenburg, Sweden. Xworld was just going on in Australia as well. The community was forming internationally at that time. And what's funny is at that time we were talking about stupid things like NetBoot and how to solve the, it's just a demonized DHCP server that's put on this earth to cause us pain and turmoil. But that's what we wanted to chat about. And none of those technologies or things that we were stumped with at that point in time exist anymore. But to see what this community has become today, and to see what this conference has become today, is just a source of pride, not only in Jamf Nation as a community for what we've created, but also from what all of you have done to welcome and accept everyone that's out there who wants to be a part of this community. And so, as we move forward, I think it's important that, we know that this is a part of Jamf as a product, but it's also the interesting part about community is that Jamf is actually doing not something for you, but you are doing something for us. Because the community itself actually, it creates the environment in which inspiration and advancement of our industry happens. And Jamf doesn't necessarily have to do anything other than just to listen to what you're saying in order to help you make things easier. And that's what we aim to do with Jamf Nation. And that's why we think that this is the best community on earth. And all of you doing what you do on a daily basis helps really drive everything that everyone else is doing to the next level of what we want to become. So my challenge in closing here is just to say, I've seen this thing evolve, and I know that this is going to evolve into something even better as time goes forward. And what I want all of us to do is open our arms and welcome the next wave of people and personas that are going to come into Jamf Nation just like all of you did, like Ben did, and everyone else that's been around. And I think that it's going to be a fantastic journey to the next era of what Jamf Nation becomes. So, let's get on with the jammies, huh?
All right. Thank you, Sam. All right, and just for you all, this was moments ago downstairs in the lobby. These two still know each other, although I did not know who Zach was. So that's a real great moment for me when I looked down and I saw this person and I was like, oh, I'm gonna get this great photo of Sam and Zach. And all of a sudden, or I'm gonna get this photo of Sam and this customer because they're like having this like bonding moment. And then I looked down at the customer's name tag and it's gone backwards. And so I'm like, oh no. And then they were like, oh, that's Zach, that's his name. And I was like, okay. And they're talking and talking, and then it took about 2 minutes and I was like, oh, I know who this is. So in case you're wondering, if you ever have that moment, I've already lived it, so don't worry. You will survive, okay? So obviously we are a community. We're founded so deep in our roots and who we are to one another and how we show up for one another. Case in point, talking about Justin earlier and everything that we've been able to do, part of the Jamf family and doing that for somebody who's a part of our community team. And yeah, just so blessed to be here today. We are gonna announce this year's 2003 Jammies Award winners. All right, who's excited for that? Who in the room applied for a Jammy? You wanna go, just stand up right now. If you applied for a Jammy, stand up. Let's just give them a round of applause. Woo! All right, who in the room is a oh, I was gonna have you keep standing. All right, who in the room is a finalist? Who in the room is a finalist? All right, woo, welcome. Thank you guys so much. All right, for those of you that are finalists, I'm not gonna make you stand the whole time, don't worry. But Sam, now you know where they are, and now we can see you, and we're so excited that you came today. And if you aren't here with us today, hello, and thank you again for applying and being a part of our Jamf family. Our first award is our Adoption Advocate. This award goes to a person or a team who championed a Jamf product or feature in your organization and positively impacted the feature or product adoption lifecycle. The finalists were Allison Wohan from the Prairie School and Dom Velasquez and Alex Gutierrez from Avant.
And the Jammy goes to, drum roll, Allison Wohan!
Let's see, did it go? Yay! I did so much stuff with my slides and transitions to make sure that I didn't go onto a slide too early and announce it before Sam did, so patience, please. All right, ready? Congratulations, Allison. Our second award is the Fast Start. This award recognizes how you and your team have seen tangible outcomes. There we go. Tangible outcomes in your organization's first year of using new-to-you Jamf products. The finalists are Richard Anderton and Simon Smith, Arthur Torrey Learning Partnership, Howard Levy, Courtney Sloan, and Jeremy Maltz, Bioformis.
And the Jammy goes to Richard Anderton and Simon Smith.
Woo! All right. Congratulations, Richard and Simon. Our third award is our Innovative Thinker Award. This award recognizes how you and your team use technical enablement to turn a business challenge into an inspiring success with the innovative use of a Jamf product. We've got Shannon Potter of Baptist Health as one of our finalists, Mirko Steinberger and David Dinkman, Hypof Hub, and then Brian Weber, our Chippewa Valley Technical College.
And the Jammy goes to Brian Weber!
Woo! Brian, you want to stand up? It's pretty cool. All right, woo! And Tech Thoughts author. Amazing. All right, ready? And congratulations, Brian. Brian, did you know that you were getting, or did they? Okay. Brian may not know he applied for this award, but we're excited about it. Do you want to take a look at how your face up there again, Brian? Yep, you won an award today. Innovative thinker. All right. Great job, Brian. Our last and final award is Legacy Builder. This award recognizes how you as an individual have successfully used Jamf for 3+ years and have been active in our various Jamf communities, such as at user groups, JNUC, and Jamf Nation Live, and have completed a training certification. Our finalists are Kimberly Chodnowski from Waukesha School District, Jared Young, Pendo, Adam Berg, Calso Technologies.
And the Jammy goes to Kimberly Trojanowski.
All right. Kimberly, please stand up. Please stand up. Woo! So one of my favorite things that was said last night about Kim was the Kim Trojanowski, and I heard that and I perked up, and actually Tommy said that, and it was just like the best thing in the world because it's just so evident to you guys and how much it is part of our community to be a legacy member. Not only has Jamf been around for such a long time, but you yourselves, Ben Toms, all of our community members have been here for such a long time, and the investment that you've put in with one another, even if it's just like being able to pass in the hallway and recognize somebody's name from a forum or from an online meetup or from something 2 or 20 years ago. This is so important, and we really appreciate those of you who have invested in our community and have participated in the Jammies Awards. We love recognizing you and all that you do. We honestly wouldn't have jobs if it wasn't for you. So thank you so much. We really appreciate it. And I just want to do a huge round of applause to all of those of you who submitted your applications, for those of you who have become finalists, and then, of course, for our winners today. Thank you. And with that, I believe we have time for questions. Or are we just going to wrap it up and go to the party? Let's mic check it.
Okay, we've got a lot of comments, and it's awesome, but there are no questions.
Any questions?
All right, woo!
Wait. Sam, what is your favorite breed of chicken?
Oh.
Wow, that's a great question. I'm glad you asked. What is your favorite breed of chicken? Fried, they say. The silver-laced Wyandotte.
Wow.
Google it later. Google it later. Real cool. I think with that being the questions that are being asked, I think we can wrap. And let me just end by saying thank you so much to this community, right? And I talked about what you do to serve the industry and everything that happens, but it's also what you do for one another. And collaboration and family and all those things, like it's important to be a part of this. And I've never seen a community anywhere on earth that is as welcoming and as just vibrant as this community right here. So thank you for everything that you do to be Jamf Nation. It's a special thing, and you're part of a special group as being a part of it. And last, I just want to thank, Jenny, I want to thank Callie, I want to thank Lizette, and everybody that helps wake up every single day thinking about making sure that Jamf Nation runs as smooth as they can. So appreciate you all. Have fun at the party.
Have fun.